Okay, we're doing something completely different today, guys.
We're interviewing a band,
A comedic music duo called Griefcat.
which is already the most chaotic name I've ever encountered,
And the whole vibe is funny, but it also makes it emotional.
which is very on brand for us, honestly.
We talk about books that destroy us emotionally while making jokes about Wingspan.
They write songs about fairies fucking and staying home after your bra comes off while making you also laugh.
It's the same energy.
It really is. Also, we need to know which ACOTAR character Louisa and Annie from Griefcat most relates with.
Great question.
I think we should do this. Here we go.
Welcome to Pickle Party, where Romantasy gets a little naughty. Join the bride, it's book club time. Tropes and memes and feeling oh my.
Welcome back, Brian Babes. Today we have something very different and very exciting.
We're talking to Annie and Louisa from Griefcat, a comedy music duo that has absolutely taken over the internet.
Millions of views, viral songs, and a vibe that is equal parts unhinged and deeply relatable.
They write songs about fairies, emotional eating, dating apps, climate anxiety, and my husband's personal favorite, spreadsheets.
Making you laugh and feel seen. Oh, Ed felt seen.
He felt so seen. I can't even. When I showed him that video, he was like, yeah. Because accountants are always like dogged for being boring and stuff.
Mhm.
Like anytime you're watching a show or anything and they bring up accountants, everybody's like, meh. Seriously. And Ed hates it. He's like, what's wrong with accounting? So, no, that video made him feel seen and loved. So, thank you, ladies. This is all very pickle party energy. So, without further ado, Annie and Louisa from Grief Cat, welcome to Pickle Party.
Hello, happy
Hi.
pickling.
Thank you. All right, so we're gonna dive right in. First question, Grief Cat. Tell us about yourself, where the name came from, origin story, all the chaos, and why it's kind of emotional too.
Yeah, so I can kick us off there. This is Louisa. And Grief Cat started in 20, well, our story started in 2015. Annie and I were both solo singer-songwriters at the time, and we played a variety show in DC. We were both kind of the musical acts of the night, and I had a song called Barista Boyfriend, and Annie had a song called Hot Park Ranger, and they were both about hot people with jobs. And we were like, whoa, we both like hot people with jobs. And so we became friends. And we kept kind of running into each other around the scene. And a few years later, decided, you know what? Why don't we become a band? Because there could only be one. So we decided to join forces. And it's now been 7 years that we've been writing and performing and just going all over the place together. It's been pretty amazing. Um,
Um, that's amazing. That
yeah.
is total wallflower energy. You know what I'm talking about, Les? You're reading the
Yes.
Wallflower series right now. Lisa Kleypas, the Wallflowers, that's what they do. They see each other, they could be competition. Instead, they join forces to get their goal. And I love that. That is wallflower energy. And we need more of that.
Yeah,
There we
that's
go.
the key. That's the key. For the band name, the way that we got that one is we were talking about the cat that I had just gotten at a show when we decided to become a band. And have you guys heard of the German concept of Kummerspeck before? Is that familiar?
I'm not
Mm-mm.
familiar with
No.
So
that.
it's a German word and it means grief bacon or the weight one gains from emotional eating. And so I was saying that I had just gotten a grief cat because I had just gone through a breakup and so it was my grief cat and Annie was like, "That's our band name." And then we became a band a few years later and that's the rest is history.
Oh, I
That's
love
awesome.
that.
Hmm.
I love that. That is so fun. Because when I first heard it, I was like, grief cat? What is did they get a cat because they were sad? And I mean, kind of. Yeah,
Pretty
that is
much.
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. And now Annie fosters
That's
kittens.
I
That's
love that. I
awesome.
know that kitten is precious. How do you give them up? Because I would keep them all.
I know. I consider it it's like it's hard, but they are good for a good time and then I know that they're going to a good home afterwards. So they get to go make other people happy. We already have two other adult cats. So my apartment right now has six cats. It's a two-bedroom apartment with six cats and three people in it. So it's
Well,
a full house.
that is a full house.
Yeah.
That is a very full house, especially with the cats.
That is
Yeah.
cool, though. You're like a fairy godmother for kittens.
There we
We
go.
are.
I will
Nice.
say I give my husband gets the credit. It is actually his whole project. He's the one
That's
that links
adorable.
up with the shelter and everything. So, but I get to reap the rewards of having a little kitten on me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a huge reward.
Yeah.
I love that. So here's the thing, your music is hysterical, but it's also very relatable. How much of your work is rooted in actual feelings and how much of it's just pure comedy?
I'm going to give that one to you, Annie.
I'd say it depends on what timeline of Griefcat you're looking at. So if it's early Griefcat, I think a lot of it was real emotions. We also weren't a full comedy band at that time. We did like 80% funny, but like 20% sad songs. So on our first album, there's some pretty introspective, heart-wrenching songs on there. And then kind of after the pandemic, we sort of pivoted to just doing comedy music because we realized people needed to laugh. And there's a lot of great artists who are in the sad music space, and we wanted to just go full in on the comedy space. So I think a lot of our songs are rooted in real feelings. So like, for example, we just released a song called Too Cute to Go to War, and that is sort of poking fun at, I don't know, being, you know, you're a feminist, we're all feminists, and then someone says, well, women should be eligible for the draft, and suddenly you're like, well, I kind of want to not
Right.
go to war.
Right.
And so, but that's like real, a song that's sort of reflecting on current geopolitical things going on of
Right.
going to war and what would that look like in 2026. So even though, you know, they're all jokes or they're stories that we made up and fabricated, they're definitely rooted in real lamentations about things going on in the world. So, yeah.
Awesome. I appreciate that humor. And on that note, I have to ask, if you've been listening to the podcast or if you listen to it at all, I've mentioned my dear sweet husband is a CPA. Your song on spreadsheets.
Yeah.
He's never felt more heard or seen. And I just need to, what was the inspiration behind that? I told him, I was like, I'll ask them, like, what was your inspiration behind that? Because he takes a lot of pride in his spreadsheets, y'all. Like, that is something he is like super proud of. It's like a CPA pride. I can't, but he is all about it. So what inspired that?
I mean, I would say for me, there's nothing I love more than a pivot table. So I use a lot of spreadsheets in my day to day. I mean, Annie really primarily wrote that one, but definitely added in a little bit of my heart and soul, especially into that performance as well, because I live and die for a spreadsheet always.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's hysterical. He felt so seen. So thank you for that. Because accountants get a lot of shit in popular culture. And that was one that really gave them love that they deserve.
My favorite line in that song, one that really struck me, is, you know, do a VLOOKUP if you're able. And then Annie says, don't Google it. Because every time I have to do like a VLOOKUP or an XLOOKUP, I have to Google it every time, like without fail. I just don't use them often enough. And so whenever, like, I always know that I need it. And then I'm like, wait, how do I do this again? So that was born out of real life experience right there.
Right there. Okay. All right.
Nice.
That was awesome.
So I know we kind of dove into this a little bit, but do you feel that your humor in your songs makes it easier to process the heartbreak or grief or things? Because I feel like we do that with books. Like, that's kind of my way to zone out.
Yes.
I absolutely feel that way. I think the world is such like a difficult place right now. I think especially too, like if you look at not the most recent album we released, but the one before it, Late Stage Capitalism, it's like a reaction to just this muck that we're all swimming through in the world. We're all just trying to carve out like these little crumbs and pieces of joy. And we really try to do that with a lot of our music.
Awesome.
I don't know if I get the inspiration to write songs because I'm trying to process something. It is more just like I want to reframe something. Oh, here's a different kitten. I want to reframe something, or I want to bring light to something, or make people just experience joy about something that they weren't experiencing joy around. Yeah, maybe deep down there is more of a process to it than I realize. More processing than I realize.
Is it like a natural thing? It just feels right and you just flow with it? Like it just, like
yeah.
finding the right piece to the puzzle kind of thing when you're
I think that's a
working
great way
on
to put
something
it.
like that?
Yeah, I think that's a great way to put it.
I like that.
So your songs feel unhinged sometimes, but weirdly accurate. And is it intentional to the social commentary?
I think we just kind of feel something and we write it. And like there's just this like kind of magical flow state when you get into writing a song where just like sometimes the point like comes to me while I'm writing. I don't know if that's how you write as well, Annie. Because sometimes I'll start in one spot with a song and it'll go in a completely different direction. But other times I'll have like a direction that I want to go in and it gets there. So it really just kind of it can go either way with writing for me.
I definitely think of the joke first. I think there is definitely a point to the song first, and then everything kind of flows around it. Like we wrote a song very recently about forgotten bodily organs. So like the little organs in your body that you don't often think about. You think about your heart, you think about your colon, but you don't necessarily always think about like your pancreas or like your gallbladder. And so we wrote this very
Pancreas was the first thing I thought of when you said that.
yes,
Like
yes, and
pancreas.
that was the inspiration. I was driving and I saw a dump truck go by that had these purple flames on the sides, and it said "End pancreatic cancer," and I was like, I just first of all, why is this dump truck telling me about pancreatic cancer? And then I just thought about, and then I said to myself, I never think about my pancreas, and then just that line of like, I never think about my pancreas, that sort of built the whole song, and it's really just a song about yeah, like lamenting all these organs that you don't think about, and you don't it's like a breakup song, or you don't want your organs to leave you, like your appendix already left you, so you don't want anyone else to pick up and
Funny.
because you
Yeah.
forgot about them too. So I think I do start from the primary joke first and then sort of construct the song around it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, do you ever worry that, because your songs are really funny, do you ever worry that people will miss the deeper meaning when there's a deeper meaning attached to it?
People always miss the deeper meaning. A lot of
Yes.
them do. Or they miss the very shallow meaning and like take it in a very different, like deep direction.
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah, especially on the internet, we post a clip of the joke, the chorus, the hook that's going to be the most memeable or viral part of the song. But then it's like if you actually listen to the whole song, that part isn't really what we're talking about. So like we have a song called Poop at Work that is, the chorus is I took a dump at work, I pooped on the company dime, and like people, think that's funny, but like we are kind of making a commentary on billionaires and like socialism, and if you like complete the whole song, it's the working class will rise again, we'll get what we deserve, but until that day, comrade, collect your pay and poop while you're at work. Like there's definitely a social political
Yeah.
commentary that doesn't necessarily always make it into the internet edit.
Right. That's pretty funny, actually. People are funny about pooping at work.
Yeah.
Dude, Poop Sells. That was the first song that we had that ever went viral. Like, and so we joke all the time that Poop sells because that's if you post it, like it's pretty reliable that, you'll get a lot of
It's one thing
views.
everybody does, right?
Mhm.
We all have to poop at some point in our lives.
Yeah, I prefer it at
And we
home.
all have to poop at work at some point in our lives.
It
It's
happens,
an
yeah, if you're
unfun
lucky enough to have a
fact, but
job.
it happens. Yeah.
It's true. Universal truths.
That is a universal truth.
What topic surprised you that resonated with most of the audience?
I don't know if it was surprising, but I think the level to which our song, I Already Took Off My Bra, went viral, like was pretty amazing. So that song alone, just little clips of it have over 40 million views on Instagram. That cat is so cute.
Oh my God. He's so
I feel like
cute.
that's what the camera is.
And,
No, leave him. He's precious.
Like just one of those videos, like one clip that went initially viral has one clip alone has 18.6 million views. Viola Davis shared it on her grid. Like we've heard from so many
wow.
different people. So I was really surprised with how viral that went. And then another one that really surprised me, we have a song that went a little bit viral about how the word anal is in so many songs. And it was just like this like little song. And like we posted it like once or twice, but like Pedro Pascal liked it. We were like, what?
That's
How are
amazing.
we reaching
Love
Pedro
Pascal.
Pascal? And then I think the third one is actually probably partially kind of like how we found each other is I read an absurd amount of smutty books, like absurd. And it's my biggest passion outside of Griefcat. we posted this like just little song of us singing about, fairies fucking, and it really took off. We weren't originally planning to record it, but it went viral so quickly on Instagram and TikTok. We ended up recording it and releasing it, and it's our second most listened to song on Spotify. And it's just this 45-minute segment of us just talking about the book that I read that day. Yeah, it was. I was in the middle of reading Ruthless Fae or Ruthless Boys of the Zodiac
Mhm.
at that point by Caroline Peckham and Susan Valenti, and yeah, man, that plot really gets to a lot of people.
I'd say that's
That
one of
one
my
I've
favorite.
read.
Yeah, it's
Is that I
one
haven't
of
read
one of
that
mine
one.
as well. One of mine as well. I like a song that's short, says what it needs to say, get in, get out, you're done, makes everybody happy.
I will say I discovered you guys a couple of years ago with the I already took off my bra, and that was I was like, oh, that's right. Like
I
that
love
was to
it.
me, I was like, I feel so seen.
Ugh.
Because yeah, if this underwire comes off, unless it's an emergency, I'm not putting my push-up back on. I'm sorry. That's just not going to happen. It's off. You might get a bralette if you're lucky, but
Yeah. Since that
bras
song
off.
came
I'm not
out,
going anywhere.
I don't put on bras anymore. I'm just wearing sports bras at most. I just don't have the patience to be uncomfortable at this point in my life.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, I got enough going on. I don't need to be uncomfortable too.
Yeah, but that being said, as soon as I walk in the door, that's my metaphorical bra is off. And I work from home, so pretty much my bra's off all the time, I guess. I don't leave my house. So,
That's nice. That's always a benefit.
yeah, do what I can.
Okay, real talk. What if your morning coffee actually did something for you beyond just keeping you alive?
That's exactly why we're obsessed with Jobby Coffee. They make protein coffee, so you're hitting the protein goals before you've even put on real pants.
If you're an iced coffee girly, grab their protein coffees. Hot coffee, more your thing. Their protein creamer drops right in, and the flavor's absolutely delicious.
The link is right below this episode. Click it and use our code for 15% off your first order. Go get your
Go get your protein.
babes. Just click the link below.
Just do the link. So you guys have had massive viral success, 95 million views, which is just, it's insane. Was there a moment when you realized, oh, wow, we found our people, like this might actually work?
It's crazy. It's actually over 140 million now. I
Wow.
counted.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
It's
140
insane.
million.
Yeah.
I take that back. Wow, that's
So it just
amazing.
it keeps going up. Um, and sorry, like, yeah, it's just been a really wild experience. It's been really fun. I mean, we still both have to work and everything like that. Like this hasn't, changed our lives overnight. Like we are doing a lot more touring and, playing shows, but there's just still so much more that we want to do and accomplish and
So that is a really interesting question because we certainly have the online numbers to suggest like we've found our people, we found our groove, and yet it's kind of been a little tricky to translate that into tickets and for people to actually come to our shows because we promise, as much as you might like the songs online, we promise the live show is like so much better. It's got, a real flow to it. It's very funny. I don't mean to be biased, but it is very good. And so we feel like we have found our little quirky internet niche. Obviously, especially in this day and age, real life connection is where it's at. So much more important to have a living, breathing community of people, an audience coming to a show and laughing together. Like that's how
Right.
comedy is meant to be experienced. You can experience it scrolling on your phone on the toilet, but like it's so much better in real life. We definitely have found our online people, but we want to keep finding our in real life people and, making those sorts of connections. But definitely as soon as like the Poop at Work song started going a little viral, that was the first time it started going viral and we started getting more followers. And that really was like, okay, so there are actually people outside of our little DC bubble who like really get us and understand us. But now it's just a question of how do we get to be with you in real life as opposed to just internet friends. So
Right. Les and I were pretty pumped when the first person who we didn't know followed us. Like the first person where I was like, do you know who that is? And she's like, no, do you know who that is? And I'm like, no. And you're like, oh my God.
It's like the
Yeah.
best feeling in the world. Yeah.
It is. It was a
It's
great
so
feeling. Like,
cool.
hey, somebody sees us and it's not just like a friend throwing us a bone,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which
It's
we
just-
see all those friends and we very much appreciate them.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we see those friends as well. Like, I mean, we have a lot of friends that come to our shows. We've got fans that, come to shows regularly that like we now recognize. We've got fans like across like the country and the world that like we keep in touch with and try to see when we're in town. And I don't know, it's really humbling in a lot of ways, like when people outside of your family pay attention to you. It's like I'm
Yes,
just so
that's,
grateful.
it's very it's like vindication that what you're
Yeah.
doing is worth it. This isn't,
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't
like a
just
waste
me.
of time. This is
Exactly.
yeah.
So.
Like I'm actually going to do something. And our husbands tell us all the time, hey, if somebody hears your podcast and randomly starts picking up these books and you turn them onto this genre, you've done your job. You've done what you guys wanted to do, right? You shared your love for a book and you passed it on.
Which is the best.
So that's how we try to look at it. Although, and then my husband's like, but do me a favor, I want to be kept.
I mean, that's our goal is to retire well, first we have to retire ourselves and then our husbands. So that's
Right.
that's what we're trying to do.
Goals.
We'll get there.
So, how do you balance making what you love versus what performs well? Or does it even matter? You just do it because you love it.
I think we try pretty hard not to put anything out that we aren't proud of or that would be part of our brand. Would you
Okay.
agree with that, Annie? Like I think that because like there are things that we like we could post things just to post, but like we really try to have a point of view or something that we feel like we can stand behind. And granted, what we stand behind sometimes is, a video of us talking about pooping at work or, whatever. But we do try to kind of keep our brand in mind. There are things that we decide not to post because it might be like, well, that's a little bit more like kind of your solo style or yours. And so we really try to kind of maintain our point of view and our brand.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think there's ways to do social media that sort of, like Louisa's saying, dilute your brand or just posting something like the same thing over and over. We definitely do that. But I think a lot of social media strategy sort of relies on methods that, again, kind of dilute or cheapen what you're trying to do. Yeah, we could write 1,000 poop songs and they'd all be funny and they'd probably all get a lot of likes. But also like, there's a lot of comedy to explore that isn't no shade to bowel movements, but
Right.
there's a lot of things that are funny, and I think having a more creative take on things is something that we should aspire to, as opposed to relying on tropes that either we've already explored or that anybody could explore. What does Griefcat
Right.
say that other people can't say?
Right.
Right. Your sound is all over the place, but in like the best way. There's comedy, country, pop, camp, it's all there. How do you decide what a song becomes? How do you, when you're thinking of these lyrics and this, so you've got your joke, like you said earlier, you thought of your joke first on the pancreas, right? How did you decide what tone that song was going to be?
Oh, I heard it immediately. I gotta say, like something about just like lamenting your organs, like what I've been such a bad boyfriend to you, a bad girlfriend to you. Please don't leave me. And it just became this like very sad, dramatic, like Spanish inspired song, like very like just lamenting. I don't know, just like I hear a classical Spanish. We haven't recorded it yet, but I just heard the genre immediately. I think that happens a lot of times where the song inspiration and the genre sort of come together at the same time. So yeah, the Pancreas song is very like sad and weepy and dramatic, and I just hear this again, this like sort of Spanish or like sad, somber but dramatic telling of it. Or like the Too Cute to Go to War song. We kind of always wanted to write a Vietnam War protest song, like a style of like Creedence Clearwater Revival, like Fortunate
Right.
Son.
No, yeah.
Or,
I think of Vietnam, I think of CCR, like
yes,
genuinely.
Exactly. Exactly. And so when that thought came to us, I think it just was like a natural pairing of this topic and this style just go hand in hand. It's so serendipitous. They just sort of come together at the same time.
Yeah, it really does. Like even with like poop at work, like revolution, like that was always like a 1920s kind of like look at all the rich people, like the robber barons, like kind of thing. Or bra was always going to be a dance song. So Yeah, for the most part, we typically kind of have that feeling
It
at
just
some
naturally
point.
kind of comes to you based on.
Yeah. And
It's
then it tends to
awesome.
get fleshed out like even more in the studio.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Because for example, even like with I already took off my bra, we always knew we wanted it to be a dance song, but what kind of dance song? So we didn't figure out like, is it going to be more of like a 90s dance song? Is it going to be like more of like a disco song? We weren't really able to figure that final sound out until we got into the studio, but we really do pride ourselves on kind of having like a different genre per song a lot of times, like
Mhm.
just have those different feelings. And I think that's part of what makes a Grief Cat show and a Grief Cat album just so special is that you're just going to get like such a range of sounds as you go, even though it's just the two of us.
They're so much fun.
Mhm.
Thank
It's just
you.
fun. It's
We put a
fun,
lot of
is
pride
what it
into it. We
is.
really do. So
Well,
thank
you
you.
should, because they're like you don't leave the car or leave a room after listening to one of your songs not smiling and not
Right.
thinking something, right? Not like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna be singing that the rest of the day. I'll tell you, every time I hear I already took off my bra, it's in my head for at least 2 days.
Excellent. I'm so glad.
I'm not gonna lie, it's always in my head. And I'm hoping one day it'll get in my husband's head so I can hear him wandering around the house saying, I already took off my bra.
You have to text me the moment that happens.
I'll literally record it and
Take
get
a
it right
video,
to you.
send
We'll
it.
have a
I love
group
it.
chat. I'll get it right to
I'm
you
here
guys.
for it.
Like,
Let's do it.
girls, it happened. Ed took off his bra.
Yeah, that's how we'll
He's
know we've
ready.
hit
He
our
knows how
groove.
we feel. He's
Yeah.
like, exactly. You've
When
hit
Ed
it.
takes off his bra, we've made it.
With his stash, you guys, or both of our husbands have these giant stashes, and so that's going to be even better.
Do love a stash always.
They
The
both look
other,
like they're from Chicago, but
I
one
feel
looks
like
like a firefighter and one looks like a cop. My husband looks like the cop, and Leslie's looks like the firefighter.
incredible. No wonder you're romance readers. Like those are
I,
like
Yeah.
such a
well, and her husband works in like AI.
I
Mine
love
is an
it.
accountant. So they are our little shadow daddies.
I love it. Everyone loves a
Yeah.
shadow daddy. Her
yeah, your
5 o'clock
crypt.
shadow daddy.
So telling Matt that later.
He'll
Fantastic.
love it.
So, what is a song that you have put together that when you finished it, you went, "This is going to be gold"?
I already took off my bra. I mean, like the toe tapping in the studio for that one, it took us such a long time to record it to the way that we wanted it to sound.
Mhm.
And when we nailed it, it felt like magic to me.
Mhm.
Annie, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree.
Although my favorite song right now is Too Cute to Go to War. We just released it. I'm actively obsessed with it. It gets stuck in my head. It's another toe tapper for
Arbor
sure.
Day is another one I like of y'all's. My husband and I got married on Arbor Day, so that's why I like it even
Oh,
more.
there you
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
We
We
have a full vision of that song. So the clip that we posted online is just the chorus.
Mhm.
The whole Arbor Day song it starts with you're having a conversation with somebody and they're talking about, oh, my family celebrates the holidays, and you're like, oh, like Christmas, like Halloween, and they're like, I don't know what those are. We just celebrate Arbor Day.
Mhm.
And then the second verse is them explaining, oh yeah, for our Arbor Day tradition, we go out and we plant a bunch of trees. And then they say, what does your family do for holidays? And then you say, oh, well, for Christmas, my family actually goes to a Christmas tree farm and we cut down a tree. So it's the opposite of what they do for Arbor Day. And there's like a little bit of a skit. I like it's a song that has a big vision to it. I think it needs we just need to practice it. We haven't really done a full run through of it, but the chorus is kind of a bop. And that's so fun that you said you got married on Arbor Day.
Yeah, well, the funny story is we eloped. And so I was in school, he was being a journalist at the time. And so we had 2 days off. So we went to the courthouse with this very Southern drawl judge that married us.
Well, we will, as soon as we get this recorded, we'll send you a preview as an anniversary present. So as soon as we have it. So it might be a while though. We gotta go to the studio.
Okay, so we have a game. We're calling it Grief or Bit.
We're going to read you scenarios and tell us, is this real emotional experience you've had, or is it something you've turned into a song?
Or both. It can be both.
I'm
Okay.
excited.
All right, first scenario. Crying in your car after rereading a fantasy book.
That's Leslie, for the record.
I literally was ugly crying as I mowed my lawn as I finished Crescent City, the first book again.
Crescent
mean,
City,
that's-
man, that one gets me.
That is true grief. I'm with you. That one. Whew.
Light It Up makes me cry every time I hear those words. I'm like, kills me.
Yeah.
So I'm sure I
Little
probably
hero.
like traumatized the neighborhood children as they see me mowing my lawn and tears are streaming.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with her?
No, I just my big fear is like when I'm driving in my neighborhood, I'm worried that people can hear what I'm listening to in the car. So like whenever I see people, I just like turn down the volume a little bit because it's like you don't need to hear Morning Glory Milking Farm. Like we're good. No one needs to know
Okay.
what's happening in my ears.
Leslie, Morning Glory Milking Farm. That was one of the ones I was talking about. That's the Minotaur one.
Yes, I need to. So I love Mystery Science Theater. I don't know if you guys have watched.
Oh
that
yeah.
before. Okay.
I love it. It's great.
So I read Kiss the Basilisk. And so that's just like 90% fucking and 10% plot of and snake people. And so you
And
can
gotta look
totally
for it in a
make
microscope.
you can almost make a Mystery Science Theater just after reading that book. Well, then a friend had mentioned the Frisky the Snowman to Jules. And so she started
Snowman.
Oh,
Go
Louisa,
for it.
let me tell you about
Okay,
that.
this one is new to me. There's not a lot
Frisky
of
the
surprises.
Snowman. It's a novelette apparently, and it was recommended to me by a friend who I told we were doing a podcast about this stuff, and she said we got on the topic of like Morning Glory, the milking farm, and the other odder parts of smut that are out there. And she said, "Oh, so I just read. It's a novelette. She said she read it in like an hour. I listened to it. It's like an hour and 14 minutes long. I listened to it Audible. It's called Frisky the Snowman. And it's basically this woman. Her kink is not just cold, but also screwing vegetables.
Oh God.
And so she makes a snowman that she likes to screw in her yard. But
the
her
front yard?
magic, yes, it's her front yard, but she lives in the middle of nowhere.
Okay. All right. Think for the children.
That's my first question I asked.
Yeah.
It was.
Apparently, Leslie and I are not into exhibitionism, is what I'm hearing. Okay, carry on.
No, and I'll be honest, I'm not either.
Yeah.
I had to listen to this after just her faint description of it. This woman's hoo-ha is so magical. She like screws him to life.
Wow, very different than a scarf or a top hat. Wow.
Well, and his peen stays a carrot. He'll be in human form, but his peen is still a carrot, and his jizz smells like peppermint.
That is always a big thing with these Christmas books.
Yeah, the Nutcracker one I read this past year. Like that was one of the things that they all had Christmas flavors.
Wow. Yeah. There was
But
we
yeah,
read
Frisky
a
the
book earlier
Snowman.
this year, and it didn't have to do with monsters, but it was another. What was the book we called? A Merry Little Meet Cute. But there was a lot about like this guy really was into this gingerbread lotion he had in his hotel, and I didn't like it. I didn't like that part. That scent does not belong for me. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna have to investigate this book. So Annie and I are actually this weekend we're going to Monster Erotica Con in Baltimore, which we are very excited for. So I'll let you know what we find.
After reading this book, I was telling Leslie we need to start a new like thing we do where it's Jules and Leslie explore a new trope. I was like, and we can start with Frisky. And then we can go. And I even said, that's the one I said. I said, we can read that Minotaur one about the milking farm I told you about. There's one about ogres called Get Into My Swamp.
Oh yeah, that's a Shrek one. That's a Shrek retelling.
I,
Yeah.
I'm curious. I am curious.
Yeah. Keep me posted. I have not read that one yet as well, but I've heard good things.
There are people who love it. And you know what? Here at Pickle Party Podcast, we only have one thing, and that is
Consent
is
is
everything.
everything.
As long as you're two consenting adults, you do you, boo. No judgment here.
Yeah.
Well,
or
maybe a little
consenting
judgment,
carrot.
but I'll keep it to myself. Like the carrot. I'm going to judge a little. It's going to happen.
Low judgment zone is what I always like to think. It's not a no judgment zone, but it's low.
Yes, low judgment. I like that. I will be using that. Like I will be judging you, but just not as harshly as one might think. So for Grief or Bit, is that rereading the crying in your car? Or do you feel like that's something that you have genuinely experienced, or would you write a song about it?
I think it's something that I have genuinely experienced because when you read a book that stays with you,
Mm-hmm.
it's so hard to get out of a book world. Like reading slumps are so real. So if I read something that's been like that emotionally just hit me and I can't stop thinking about it, I'm just gonna cry about it in my car and then I'm gonna try to find another book to fill that hole in my heart.
Yes.
I think I'd write a song about it. I don't know if that's a sensation that I've experienced, but
I'm going to be honest. I've noticed Annie's been real quiet when we started talking about Liberty books.
I have much respect for romantasy books. I tried doing a romance situation. Like we still do romantasy books on our tours and stuff. We do audiobooks. I haven't had a experience where I've cried after reading a book, but certainly like books will stay with me, of course. I cry after songs for sure.
Mm.
Music really deeply affects me. We're not always haha people.
Mm-hmm.
A certain serious song can definitely elicit that response. But I think being so affected a romantasy or a romance book that gets you to cry in your car, I think that's a grief cat bit.
It feels like one.
Yeah,
Falling in love with someone's Spotify playlist before you even meet them.
grief cat bit.
That feels
Yeah.
very grief catty.
Yeah, I think that is a grief cat bit because I could definitely see because you can judge a lot. Talking about low judgment zone, high judgment zone. Take a look at people's what they listen to. People would judge the hell out of me if they saw my Spotify playlist, I'm sure.
Oh, I promise. People would be confused as hell by mine.
Are either of you users of Reddit?
I get on it occasionally. I'm not
Okay.
huge on it.
There's a subreddit called Weird Spotify Playlists,
Mm-hmm.
and it's basically people making Spotify playlists, but the titles are telling a story.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for example, there was one this morning that made me laugh it's naming the colors of the rainbow, but Chris Martin keeps interrupting and getting it wrong. So the song Yellow by Coldplay, so it'd be like, red, yellow, that's not right. No, let's try that again. Red, orange, red, orange, green, yellow. No. You were supposed to like all the titles of the songs spell out a story as you read it in the playlist. It's very enjoyable. There's a lot of very silly, weird. Yeah, I think falling in love with somebody based on their Spotify playlist. I guess I would say that's a grief cat bit.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go check out that Reddit because it almost
Oh,
reminds me, this is gonna date me, but of making burn CDs and you give them the weird titles to your friends because you
Yeah.
burnt them specifically for some reason or some inside joke you had.
Yes. Yeah, that definitely scratches the same itch. For sure. Yeah.
All right. Grief or bit, wanting someone only because they're emotionally unavailable.
That's
This
my
is
real
very
life.
romantasy.
Like you just described my 20s and probably a lot of my 30s.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's grief. That's grief.
That's straight up grief. That's the songs that we wrote for each other, like, or that we wrote before Grief Cat. That's entirely
Yeah.
what we did.
See, we met our husbands at stupid young ages. So, because we were both, we were 24 when we got married.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah,
Oh.
we met our husbands at oddly young ages to still be with them.
My cat also wanted to join the party.
Oh.
Hopefully you can't hear his meows or purrs.
I prefer them. I love kitty purrs. Okay, grief or bit. Getting a grief cat after a breakup and realizing the cat has more emotional intelligence than your ex.
That's real life. Here he is.
Real life. Real life.
This is the original Grief Cat right here.
He's
Oh.
precious.
Yeah, he's a good baby.
Is he a tuxedo?
He is. Yeah, he's a tuxedo
Link is
cat.
too.
Ugh, they're the
Link
best.
is too.
Yeah, he is.
They are the best. I'm obsessed with them.
Mm-hmm.
They're so naughty, but I love them so much. They're so cute. Like Link is the most mischievous, naughty little kitty I've ever had, and I'm obsessed with him.
Yeah, no, he's the best.
He's big like Link is too.
Yeah, no, he's a honker. Look at that guy. Oh, he's
Yes,
very
I
long.
love it.
All right. Grief or bit, romanticizing your own sadness because it makes you feel like a main character.
I would say bit for me.
Yeah, I say bit.
Yeah, you can write a lot of songs based on that.
You really could.
Yeah, it's like the exaggerated feelings, just like taking a moment and just like blowing it up makes for a great song.
Yes. Yes. I love those memes where it's like, I'm not that dramatic, also me. And it's the
Yeah.
person slowly falling down the stairs, or
Mhm.
the
Yeah,
Indian
I like
women
that.
where they're fighting and she falls and wraps the thing around her neck as she falls. I love those videos. Those crack me up.
Perfect.
We're going to do some more romantasy crossover questions because being Pickle Party.
Mhm,
Sure.
very important.
So
Okay.
we're a Romantasy podcast. We have to know, which ACOTAR character do you absolutely relate to?
I feel
The
like
cereal.
I love that.
Wait, is it because you know all the answers or because you
'Cause-
just want a nice new cloak?
Because I got the tea. I've got the tea.
You got the tea?
I love that. That's
Love
a
it.
great answer. Yeah. I don't feel like I have a good answer for this one. I think I'll just say like Feyre because main character energy. I don't know.
No, I love that.
She's
yeah.
a badass bitch.
Yeah.
She is. She really is.
I too like a shadow daddy. So there it is. I don't know. Maybe Nesta because like I've been getting into working out. So yeah.
I get that. I've channeled my inner Nesta recently. I
Mhm.
get that in terms of working out. I don't want to, but I'll do it
Yeah, exactly.
because I have to.
It'd be nice if we had a Cassian to help us with that, though.
Yeah.
Listen, if I had Cassian outside waiting to train me, if I had Cassian and Az outside waiting to train me,
Like, let's go.
I would never go to sleep. I would just be waiting outside to train all the time.
Be like, I'm not sore. We'll just keep going, guys. Just keep going.
I have a very firm saying, and I've said this pretty much all my adult life. I don't run. I don't like to run. I hate running. And if you see me running, you need to run too. Because if I'm running, it's not good.
Very true. I feel the same.
I would run for those men. I would run for Cassian and Az. I would. I would run to them,
Mm,
but I would run.
I think that's the right answer, honestly.
See, I feel like they would help me get into weights. Because, see, I will run every day. I have no problem with that. I hate doing weights. I absolutely hate weights.
Have you seen those weighted daggers that you can buy now?
No.
You can buy like weighted daggers. I've seriously considered it, but they're kind of expensive. But yeah, you can buy weighted daggers. You can like train like your favorite character. So
That's
those
awesome.
2-pound weighted daggers.
Oh my gosh.
It's a future sponsor. I don't know. Think
There
about
you
it.
go. So what Romantasy world would Griefcat thrive in?
I mean, I would probably want to go to Solaria because I'm a Zodiac Academy stan, I'll admit it. So I think that'd be pretty fun for me.
I've got to
Yeah.
try that one again. I listened to the graphic audio of the first one, and there was so much, like I got overstimulated that I
Yeah.
couldn't get into the story. And so I
There's
stopped.
so many characters. I definitely prefer that one with like eyeball reading for sure.
Okay.
But I think for me, like what I like about those books, it's like very sexy, like CW. It's like living, like it's very much, it's like watching
That's
like a
my
CW
world.
show. Yeah, it's
I
great.
love, Ed and I have a kink. That's our kink. We love ridiculous CW over vamped soapy shows. We love them. We live for them. We love them.
That is. Have
Heart
you
of
read Zodiac
Dixie?
Academy yet?
No, that's one I haven't read, but now I want
That's
to.
exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. You have to get through like the bully romance element of it. Like that can be like a little challenging and like it's long. It's definitely long, but like I really appreciate like the humor of the characters. I personally like live for emotional damage. Like I love when things get really really messed up and then like but it's amazing because like you hate these characters so much and then somehow you end up loving them 2 books later. It's like it's wild, but there's just so many like just funny moments. You will cry, you will laugh out loud. You will either love these books or you will hate them, but there's probably no in between. I love them.
Ooh, I'll have to check them out. That
Mhm.
might be my next after we
You have to-
get through these next.
It's
You
going
have
to
to-
take you a year. There are so many books because you're
You-
going to need to read like Zodiac Academy, maybe read like the first 3, then go to the prequels, then go back to the main series, and then there's, books after that as well. Like it's a huge world. It's a
I love
commitment.
it though.
Mhm.
That's what I want though. I
I
like
love
when
it.
I know there's more coming. I mean, there's more on the
Same.
bend for me to listen to.
And I love a completed series because like I really struggle to get back into a series if it's not complete. Like I really enjoyed Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, but I could not get into Onyx Storm because I'm like, who are these people? And I haven't read this in a while. And so I'm just gonna wait to read the rest, I think, until like when everything else comes out. That's my plan. I'm just do a big old reread.
So, if Griefcat was a real cat, what is its personality?
I feel like Griefcat would be like an orange cat, like one that's like it's like a little bit silly and a little unpredictable.
The orange tabby energy.
Yeah.
I have one of those. Stuart is special.
Beef
Yeah.
stew. He's a little bit our mascot. We post a lot about beef stew.
I love it.
beef stew. Definitely a cuddly cat, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very loving cat, but definitely silly, gets the zoomies occasionally, but also down to chill. Probably very
Yeah.
vocal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Likes to sing.
I love vocal
Very
cats.
vocal.
I love a vocal kitty. They crack me up because they really they chase you around. They're just meow, 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 meow. They're like telling you a whole thing,
Yeah,
and you just go back and forth with them. I love it. It cracks me
it's
up.
the best. Mine always goes around the house. It sounds like he's saying hello. He always goes like, hello. It's really cute. Yeah, or he'll just run around the house and just moan sometimes. It's really funny.
Need help running your business? Sometimes We Get You Media is your AI guru hub for everything. Design, content, marketing, brand strategy, meeting transcriptions, file organization, social media, you name it, AI can help. Stop juggling a dozen tasks. Streamline your entire operations in one place. Visit www.sometimeswegetyou.com. That's www.sometimeswegetyou.com. Or email info@sometimeswegetyou.com. Sometimes We Get You Media, AI-powered solutions for modern businesses. All right, which of your songs would you play to your ex, your boss, a first date, or a morally gray book boyfriend?
An ex, a boss, a first date, morally gray book boyfriend. Okay.
I have an answer for morally gray book boyfriend.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like pooping at work would be a great one for your boss.
The
right?
boss poop at work is a great one for boss. Or I think freaking the spreadsheets would be good for a future boss.
Mhm.
Breaking the spreadsheet would be amazing for your LinkedIn.
Yeah, oh, 100%. I've not updated it because I do want to keep my job for now. I think for a morally gray man, I think the one that I would think about, we have a song from our first album called Dude, Where's My Car? On the album, it's called Where's My Car? It's about looking for your car at night and you're, just kind of being a woman in the world. And it's just kind of hard. And I feel like that would be a good one to share with a touch her and die kind of man. So, and that's a pretty fun song with the coolest drums we've ever done and a really cool string section.
I think in X, we would do our song. It's called Love the Sinner. It was written about a coworker, but it's basically about a really crappy coworker, but I think it's totally applicable for a crappy partner. Just you are the angriest man I've ever met. You don't even try, so why should I?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a heart, and your soul is just a trash bag full of farts. That explains my ex-husband pretty well. So, yeah.
That's an excellent song for an ex, actually.
Did we miss any? We got the shadow daddy, the coworker,
The
boyfriend,
And boss.
yeah.
First date.
Yeah, I think
That was the
about-
other one.
Oh, the first date.
First date, I think Crypto Bro might be a good one, just as a hey, FYI. Yeah, this could be your future. Don't throw this away. Make good choices.
Or maybe, even the fairies fucking
Fairies
just to let them
fucking
know
would be
that,
great.
what you're into. Hey,
Yeah.
this is my kink. So before
Yeah.
you even go there,
Yeah,
if you're not
FYI,
into
you're
fairies
dating a reader.
fucking
Yeah.
or being okay with the dragon watching you, we're not gonna last.
Exactly.
This isn't gonna work.
That's a great call. Amending my answer. Excellent. Thank you, Jules.
No problem. Always here.
Yeah.
Okay, so fuck, marry, kill. Reeson, Hunt Athalar, or Zayden Ryerson.
I'd kill Zayden, fuck Hunt, and marry Resand.
I think those are my exact answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. Resand is he's the original. I don't know.
He's not a book boyfriend. He's a book husband.
He's a book
everybody's
husband,
I would marry
100%.
Reeson.
Yeah.
Because
that he's-
Cassian is 100% my type, but I would marry Reeson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's something about Resand that's very funny. I think it's subtly funny, but I don't know. I ever since I read ACOTAR and then subsequently read books that had Shadow Daddy boyfriend figures in it, they're too brooding. And Resand has obviously the brooding qualities, but there's something kind of funny about him too.
There's a charm to him. There's a twinkle that you can
It's
just
that
see.
swagger. Yeah.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I don't think
Swagger.
Zayden has
He's
any
charming.
twinkle.
Mhm.
And Hunt I don't know. He's fuckable, but I don't know if I
I fucking
was like,
love Hunt. Do not get
okay,
Leslie and I started. We will argue. We will
okay,
argue about Hunt. Leslie and
okay,
I agree on a lot. We do not agree on Hunt Athalar. She is not a fan. I think he is everything.
Wait, why are you
gotcha.
not a Hunt Athalar fan?
He's
Yeah,
okay.
Leslie, tell him.
Jesus. We we have difference of opinion of morally gray. I feel like he's more morally gray than she gives him. Like he's like a teddy bear to her. So I disagree with that. And I love Rune. I would take Rune over Hunt any day.
I love Rune too. I just think you're too hard on Hunt.
I think okay, because my theory is, and I know he's kind of more of a teddy bear now, but he's had a dark past. And it's kind of the same thing with Rasan. Like he is more of a teddy bear now and he had a dark past, but that doesn't make him not morally gray, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
feel
think
like
you
they're
can
like
compare apples and oranges.
I don't know. I feel like Hunt feels more morally gray to me than
Thank
Rhysand.
you.
All right, Louisa.
I don't know. I mean, they're all hot in my head.
I mean, right. They're all
Yeah.
fuckable. Let's be
Yeah, I'm
honest.
I'm
They're
not gonna
all
say no to
fuckable.
any of those if I'm being
No.
honest.
Now, so
Yeah.
here's my thing with Zayden, though. The Zayden is just the man cannot communicate to save his life.
Mm-mm.
He keeps
Yeah.
all the stuff from Violet. So that's why I would probably kill him because you can never trust him.
But I might also kill Violet because she's always like, I need to know, tell me everything. And it's like, girl, just chill. Like also
Don't you just
control your
want to
lightning
not
strikes.
know
That
for
is
like
like
2 minutes? Wouldn't
yeah,
you
like
like to not be in the know? No, yeah, I
yeah.
can get that.
Yeah.
Whininess can be a thing like that will turn me off from a book. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have read the Broken Bonds series.
Yeah. That's the Jay Bree.
Yes, and where she
The
has
Bond for Kai.
five
Yeah.
yes, that how she has
Mhm.
5 bonds. I enjoy it and I like the series, but Oleander can be so whiny sometimes that I'm like, oh
Mm.
my God, just shut up and go have sex with them. It's fine.
Yeah. If you want like so for me, like a really fun reverse harem situation that I didn't find whiny was Psycho Shifters, Jasmine Moss. Have you read that one yet?
Mm-mm.
Reverse harem, like the narrator is hilarious. She's like kind of like an unreliable narrator. It's like there's one FMC for like the first 3 books and then a different FMC for like the second set within it's 6 books total,
Mhm.
completed series. It's kind of like in the same world actually as you can see like little ties in with like Blood of Hercules
Okay.
towards like the end, but Chef's Kiss. They're really fun, especially the first 3 books, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out.
So smutty, not whiny. And like they will make you laugh. And like there's still like a lot of different vibes and feels. It's a good time.
This is one of my favorite things to ask people. I'll start with like a little bit of a story. So I'm all about hearing people's hear me out. And if you're not sure what a hear me out is, a hear me out is something you find extremely sexy and hot that other people might be. It's basically not, your typical sexy moment for a person, but for some reason you find it super hot. For example, for me, my hall pass, my number one, to me, the sexiest actor in the world is Ryan Reynolds. I think he is just delicious. I can't get enough of him. I love his snarky sense of humor. I think he is everything. Obviously, he's not a hear me out because a lot of people feel that way about Ryan Reynolds. But when I was in middle school, I went with my mother and my sister to see a movie called Saving Private Ryan. In that movie, there was a sniper played by Barry Peppers. And Barry Peppers is actually a pretty attractive actor also. In the 90s, he kind of was a little bit of a heartthrob. So that might not be a weird hear me out. But nothing gets me going more. And this was like a sexual awakening for me. Like Tina Belcher on Bob's Burgers with zombies. This was my equivalent. When he is taking people out, just boom, one clean shot at a time and sitting there and doing the Lord's Prayer as he's doing it. I thought that was the hottest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. There's something about dead aim and snipers. It gets to me. I love it. I
Yeah.
have been told that is weird.
One shot,
I
one
have,
kill, you know?
that's hot. I felt a little scene when Sarah J. Massey Moss in her Call Me Daddy podcast talked about how she had a thing for Legolas and his like
hmm
ability with the like arrow and stuff. Same. I saw that. I heard it. I got it. I love a good sniper. So, what is the weird, sexy thing that you find super hot that you have had to find yourself? What is your hear me out that you have had to defend to people? as being hot for you? Because my sister told me I was a weirdo when I told her mine.
I have a Hear Me Out, but it's actually a TV show, Hear Me Out. Did you guys ever watch that TV show, Once Upon a Time?
Yes.
Yes.
I like had the biggest crush on Robert Carlyle, who plays like a Rumpelstiltskin.
That is a hear me out.
Yeah, dude was hot. He's a little morally gray. Like
I can
he
see
wasn't-
why
he
Belle
wasn't
kept
hot
going
when he
back to
became all
him.
gold.
Yeah.
Like when he was like in full Rumple mode, he wasn't hot. But like as like a human, like
Mhm.
he could get
Okay,
it.
so
Rumple
okay,
could
so I
get it.
thought you actually meant in full rumple mode, and I was like, that is a hear me out.
No, Rumple in Rumple mode because the problem was like the teeth, like in the
Yeah.
Mm,
and like the
mm.
skin tone looked a little bit too gritty for me. And then I think as far as like another hear me out, I think like in general, like monster romance, if you're reading it like face value, like it's not hot. But like when you're reading those books, like those are like kind of like, all right, monsters can get it, like with the fancy peens.
Yeah.
It's like it's not something that I would think about or like fantasize about or anything like that. But when you're reading the books, you're like, it's actually pretty good.
Right.
So I think those are my hear me outs.
Mhm.
I don't think mine is particularly controversial or unheard of, but I think like if when I think of when I was a child watching something and being like, oh, I feel things for a character, but I don't know how to explain it, it would be Spock.
Definitely was expecting like the Robin Hood fox that gave everyone an awakening in the 90s.
Oh yeah, no. No, I mean, I know that's not like crazy controversial. I think there are lots of people who feel that way, but I think Kirk
Yeah, that's the first I've heard on Spock.
Is
You're
this
the
like
first
Leonard
one who's told me
Nimoy?
Spock.
Is
This
this Leonard
Is it
Nimoy?
Spock or
Nimoy.
Leonard Nimoy?
This is this. Didn't he write books? Didn't he write I Am Spock and I Am
Yeah.
Not Spock? He is. The two cannot be separated.
Got it.
But also, that's an old show, and here I am at like age 12 being like, huh. And of course, Kirk is the sex symbol, and no, I don't know. But to talk about emotionally unavailable, that's like the poster child.
Yeah.
Falling in love with someone with autism, basically,
Yeah.
is what that
Yeah.
is. Because he is the
Exactly.
original autistic person.
I do love the
Exactly.
idea of writing a love song to Spock at some point, Annie. We need to add that to our
Oh,
song idea list.
Excellent idea.
Write what you
got
know.
it.
Yeah.
If you
I
need
think-
any tips, I'm the mother of 2 children on the spectrum. I can give you plenty of tips on how that, from their perspective,
works.
would be.
Fantastic.
All right, ladies. Well, we won't take too much more of your time. But
Yeah.
is there anything else you want to add about your album?
Yeah, so we actually just released Dirty Laundry pretty recently, and it's kind of like the sexier side of Griefcat. We don't have any songs about Spock on there yet, but we do have songs about, Daddy Longlegs being the sexiest bug alive. We've got songs about
Agreed.
true crime. I've got songs about cats and dogs and just anything you can think of. And of course, fairies fucking, which is very appropriate for this podcast. So
Yes.
highly recommend people check it out. And if people want to keep in touch with us, Instagram is great at Griefcat Party Time. We are at Griefcat on TikTok and Griefcat everywhere else. If you want to listen to our music on Spotify or come to see us at a show, that would just be a huge help. And we'd love to say hi.
Sounds
and then
awesome. Are
also-
you guys going to come down to Huntsville anytime soon? We would love to see you in Huntsville, Alabama. We've got a great stand-up comedy place you guys would be fantastic for.
Honestly, if you send me the venue, we'll see what we can make work.
Oh, absolutely. That's easy.
Yeah. Yeah, super easy. But I do have one question, which is, Leslie, I didn't hear your hear me out.
Oh no.
Do you have a hear me out?
You've given me one before. It was a pretty good one. You have a thing for now, and this sounds weird because he is typically super sexy, but this is a Disney movie and it's not typically his jive, but you have a thing for The Rock on the Jungle
I
Cruise.
do. Oh my God. Like I am not so my first and foremost, and I have a cardboard cutout of him, is Justin Timberlake. And
Love
so I've never thought of Dwayne Johnson as sexy because the whole wrestling thing, I don't know, the bulky muscles is not my thing. When he was in Jungle Cruise, he is so flippin' hot.
I will have to watch Jungle Cruise because my immediate thought when you brought up, Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Hear Me Out, I was thinking of his performance as the Tooth Fairy. And and that would have been a really great Hear Me Out, I think.
Oh, now that would have been a hear me out.
Yeah.
That would have been a hear me out.
Still a
I
great
had
Hear Me Out, but yeah.
I had one person tell me Oliver Platt from the Three Musketeers movies from the 90s that they did with Kiefer
Remember those.
Sutherland.
Mhm.
She was like, for me, it's that one, Oliver Platt in that. And I was like, now I know Oliver Platt's not on a lot of Hall Pass lists. I feel like that's a good hear me out.
That's hilarious. I love it. Justice for Oliver Platt.
Amen. I love
I think
Oliver
that's the name of
Platt.
today's episode, Justice for Oliver Platt.
I love it. Griefcat, Justice for Oliver Platt. I mean, who wouldn't click on that?
Yeah.
Who wouldn't be like, what's wrong with Oliver Platt?
And you just got to
Why
listen
does he
to
need
7
justice?
hours of us talking, and then you can get there.
To the very end where we're like, hashtag justice for Oliver. This has been so much fun, ladies. Thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with us today. Where can people find you at?
Instagram at Griefcat Party Time. We are at Griefcat everywhere else. Griefcat, like a sad cat. All one word. Yep. Spotify, YouTube. Come hang out with us.
You sure you don't want to keep going? Because I have 4 kittens in my lap. I
I
can't.
mean, over the course of this hour,
No.
they literally have all accumulated. Like I've watched them slowly accumulate in your lap, and I've just been seething with jealousy. Like if you guys aren't watching, she's literally got the 4 cutest kittens piled into her lap. I'm so jealous right now.
It's good. Can't move though. They're too precious. Don't want to wake them.
And it's like, P can wait.
Yeah.
Kitties are comfy.
Yeah, Katie's first. Awesome.
All right,
Well,
ladies.
thanks again, ladies. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, this was so much fun. Yeah, and totally serious. Like, we'll definitely come down to Huntsville sometime. We'd love to hang out. And please keep in touch. And if you do end up wanting to talk about Morning Glory Milking Farm or anything, I'm always here. Anytime you want to talk Romantasy, I'm ready. So
I love that. We'll
Well,
definitely have to have you
y'all-
back because
yeah, please
you've
come
got
back
some
and we can-
awesome suggestions.
yeah, I am upset by what I read. So
No, and that's what we need. So when we do actually the Milkmaid Farm, the Milk Glory Farm one, we need to have her on. And
yeah,
Yes.
it's literally about a college girl who needs to pay her or a college graduate who just needs to pay her student loans. So
Nice.
what a job,
like,
so.
how does one find that job? See, what's
Yeah, the book starts. It opens up with her watching a training video. So she's already been hired. We don't know what the hiring process was. She's already
see, and that is what's going to bother me is I'm
Yeah.
going to need to know, like,
yeah. How did she find it?
this job? Was this on LinkedIn? Was
Yeah.
it Indeed? Like,
Can you
what?
imagine that
what service
listing?
did she use?
Yeah,
It's probably
I
a
think you're like-
Craigslist job, in my opinion.
yeah, maybe it's like a legit operation. Like it's I think she's like an extraction technician or something like that, which is a fancy way of saying minute hard jerker offer. So I don't know.
I'm going to be downloading this book later.
Yeah, honestly, live text me. I want to know what happens. But ladies, it was so lovely to meet you both. Thank you for having us. This was
Nice
such a
meeting
treat.
you
Thank
too.
you
Yeah,
again
keep
so
us
much.
posted
We had
when
a
this
blast
comes
with
out.
you.
Thank you. And hopefully
We'll
we'll
be
get to hang
tagging
out.
you guys for sure. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Absolutely. Keep in touch and have a great day, friends. Thanks for your time.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, that was so fun. Oh my God, they were so nice.
I want to go listen to a Griefcat song now.
I know, me too. I want to download all the albums. Honestly, the crossover between Griefcat fans and Romantasy readers is real.
Chaos, emotional damage, humor as a coping mechanism.
It's the same audience.
All right, Brian Babes, go listen to Griefcat, and we'll see you next time. And until then, stay brined.
And remember, maybe get a Griefcat. We all need one.